breakdown on team and tactics. Well, as team, we've got Justin Port and Ali Lawatiti returning. Obviously, we went with some guys out of his team last week. I thought a lot of his players fronted up, but it goes without saying when you take 5 years, 6 most experienced players and arguably his best players out of his team. A team like ourselves, it's gonna have an effect. But I was really pleased with the effort and commitment. I thought we let some, we let a couple of disappointing tries in, but I thought a lot of players on the side give everything that they could possibly give, and the game got away from us probably the last sort of 15 minutes, if you like. Don't think we're ever a big threat on winning the game. For a long period, we'll say got sort of 2 scores in front. But I thought our commitment to each other, were pretty good. Losing as half-back at half-time, again, didn't really help us structure-wise, and I think we saw that in a period where we had, a number of repeat sets. But we played some good football at times, particularly in the first half, and I still felt there were plenty of positives to take out of that into this week, more than there probably were with the draw the week before.
Facing that, you've still got 3 main men out, haven't you?
Of course it is. It is tough for us, but I look on it like this. I think for half a season last year, we had a pretty good run with injuries. We had, if you remember this time last year, we copped 1 or 2. I think Ali were missing, Dean Collis, Danny Kermond, probably at a bit of a similar patch then. We struggled to get the same level of performance without those quality players in. Now, I think we moved on a little bit, but I would still say the calibre of players out of our team for us is a significant loss. So it's up for everybody else to lift the game and raise the game and try and make up for that. I mean, I think the fortunate thing for us is most of the injuries we've got are, if not this week, then they'll be back next week. So it's not like we're missing people for large chunks. There've been 3 and 4 week injuries, but nonetheless we've missed them. Having said all that, I thought we had a couple of guys that came through last week. Ollie Wilkes, who'd been left out of the team sort of the week before or the week before that, I'm not quite sure. And Vince Mellors, that's not played a lot this year. I thought they had really good performances for us, and they'll retain the spots.
What do you think of the way Leeds are going this season?
Well, I've been really impressed with them. Really, really impressed. So I was probably a little bit shocked at the Huddersfield score, although Huddersfield are, on top of the competition for a reason. But I think Leeds this year, I think they look extremely fit. I think they're getting off the line really, really quickly, and there's a strong, powerful team, lots of good ball carriers, and as we always know with Leeds, they've got them brilliant individuals that can produce plays, beat people one-on-one and produce plays when it looks like there's nothing on. So I've been pretty impressed with them so far. Pretty impressed. Like most teams in the comp, they've had their off days, but I thought the pace of the game and the intensity, again, Wigan, what I saw, and a couple of Leeds games I've seen this year, including the Melbourne game, have been very, very impressive.
Ali will be after a big game tomorrow, won't he? His first time he's up against his old club.
Oh,
Ali, Lawatiti.
No.
First time.
First time.
Yeah, he's played.
I was going to say no. Obviously, we played. We've come across Leeds a fair bit last year, really, and I thought one thing that sticks in my mind when we played at Headingley, where Ali scored and the South Stand giving a reception, which I think shows how popular a player he is on both sides of the fence. Really, he's popular with his teammates and with supporters. He's a super guy who gave terrific service to Leeds, and he's giving us fantastic service as well. So it'd be good to get him back in the team. We all know the bits of brilliance that Ali can produce for you offensively for us, and we undoubtedly miss that when he's not around for us. So it'd be good to get him back, and we've got a number of players that have obviously got a little bit of a Leeds connection, with it being a derby. And I would also say when we played them last year, I thought they were good games. I thought right throughout they were good, entertaining games, and games that we felt we were in the games for long periods. Even the playoff game at the end, we'll look back on the ifs, buts and maybes of that game. So if we can reproduce that sort of quality of game, then it should be a spectacle that's worth looking forward to.
Sure, people will be looking forward to Justin's personal kind of rivalry as well after Boxing Day.
Do you know, I'm not even given that a thought. I'm not sure. It's been mentioned among our boys this week, and I'd be pretty certain that it's not been anything that's sort of been talked about from the Leeds point of view. I think what everybody wants to see is front rowers coming together, locking arms, and having those big old battlings in the middle of the field. I think the weather forecast is not too great. The pitch is a little bit soft, so I think the forward battle is going to be very, very important tomorrow, and that might even influence our team selection and what we do on the bench this week. To be fair, taking into account what conditions we're going to expect.
Just going back to last week, kind of Chris Anakin seems to be improving with every game. Is he a player that you're looking to maybe give a new contract to kind of secure at the club for the future, or is it anything? I'm not sure when it runs to be honest. I'm sure it's the end of this year.
Is he out of contract? Is it this year? We'll keep that in house for now. I don't think. I think we'll probably concentrate on how he's playing, and I think he's been really, really impressive since he's come into the team. We talked about the off season he'd had and the strides he'd made from the start of last year. Where he won't mind me saying this. He had to have some tough love at times, and we questioned whether longer term he were going to be with us and a player for us. But he's been fantastic. He's made some adjustments to how he's operated as a professional, certainly in his personal life, I think, as well. And I think he's really won over his teammates, and he's gaining a lot of respect for the way he's playing and the manner he's playing as well. He's playing very, very tough, very tough. He's not the biggest guy. He's a little bit of a pocket battleship. I think the boys have nicknamed him Justin Carney as one that's going about as that sort of short, powerfully built, little wrecking ball, if you like. But his performances have been tough. They've been strong. His engine's been very good, and at the moment he's on the team sheet. I won't say the first name on the team sheet, but his place in the team at the moment is there because he's earned it on performance.
Have you looked at changing around Lee Smith's role in the team at all? He's been playing centre since he's come in with the injuries and whatnot.
Well, Smith started on the bench. I think Rhys's form in the opening sort of 3-4 games in the trials were very, very good, and we just felt that, I suppose if we were comparing how they've gone, then Rhys has probably just done enough to warrant starting there and deserved his spot, and Smithy gives us some utility value off the bench as well. And with Timmy out of the team in particular, we've had to look at our options. So we have sort of been running Lee a little bit closer to the action, if you like, and testing him out, sort of playing out the back a little bit, whether that be as a standoff or a full back, and throwing his speed a little bit closer to the action, if you like. And as I say, with Rhys playing well in the centre and Dean Collins playing really well in the other centre, we think Lee's got a lot of quality, sort of not to be in our side, if you know what I mean. So we've been trying to have a look at one or two other options, so to speak.
Have you been pleased with Dean Collins' season this season? That seems to have kind of
not last week, come on. Most of this season, and certainly offensively, has been outstanding. And I think for the best part, he's defended well. In fact, probably last week, what a dip for him. Not offensively, but defensively. What a bit of a dip. And there were one or two tries came down our right-hand channel that we were pretty disappointed when we saw some stuff there that we've probably not seen all season. So I'm very, very happy with his form defensively last week apart, and Dino's a smart enough and experienced enough player, and a good enough player really to put that right. But generally, yeah.
Shouldn't be too hard to lift the guys, I suppose, full house on Friday.
Yeah, I don't think we need lifting. I thought, we've had 7 rounds, have we? I think obviously round 1 took us by surprise a bit, and I thought we had a fairly flat performance against Salford where we rescued a point. But that apart, I think certainly our form's maybe not warranted as many points as it might have deserved. We can have a look at last week and, as I say, pull the positives out of that and build on the effort. I don't think they needed lifting last week. I thought the energy that we showed and the effort we showed right up where it needs to be. We completed our sets. We got our percentages right up. We just need to iron out one or two things defensively. But getting the boys up for this game, I would imagine, we'll have a great crowd on Friday night. Obviously playing the champions at home. I'd be disappointed if we couldn't, if motivation, was an issue for us this week.
Is it important that you demonstrate you can play without Tim Smith?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's a very valid point, Ian. And do you know what? For the first half last week, I thought Kyle Wood did a terrific job for us. I'm not sure what the half-time score was. 18-12, 18-12, 22-12. I thought we'd attacked really well. I thought Woody did a really good job for us. We had a little bit of a plan and put it into place. It got everybody organised. It goes without saying, if you take Tim Smith out of our team, just the same as you'd take Michael Dobson out of OKR, Lee Breers out of Warrington, the guys that basically are the instrumental and the important people in your team on attack, you are going to lose a bit. And I don't think there's too many better passers of a ball or players with as good a pass selection and certainly ability to read a game as Tim at the moment. So of course we are going to miss him, but it was something pre-season we wanted to work on, even when he were in the team, a total reliance on him and try and find other outlets. So I think Woody's been looking forward to an opportunity to play scrum half. That's where we see him. That's what position we think he is. He does a fantastic job coming off the bench for us and coming on as a guy that we can throw in at dummy half and inject some speed in there. But his natural position is 7. And really disappointing last week, because after half an hour he got a dead leg. But we thought he was doing a really good job for us, a really, really good job. And I don't necessarily think that were the issue for us last week. I think we had a really good control of the ruck for a long time last week. We made some poor decisions on the edge defensively, and that hurt us. I wasn't too sure that what we actually turned out with the football what our biggest problem. So from Woody, for Woody, give him a really big pat on the back. Really,
he's fit now.
Yeah, he's fit. He had a dead leg, but he'll be fit to play this week. Yeah, he'll be fit to play. And as I say, I think he's relishing the chance to play at number 7. He was hugely disappointed last week when he had to come off at half time because he knew himself and he felt he was having a really good game. And that did affect us a bit second half. Our attack, particularly down the Saints end, wasn't as fluent. But I think we're lucky to have a backup to play 7 as good as Kyle. But we will miss Tim.